live. Yeah, we going live. Hey, we going live. Yeah, we going live. Yeah, we going. Yeah, we going. Yeah, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line, we going live. From the 50-yard line. Hey.
Hello, beautiful people.
Hello.
I am Jarrett, the football genius Burgess.
And I am Stephanie Fitzpatrick, aka the Advantage Coach.
And this is episode 132 of the Field to the Real podcast. Yeah, we're really about to be at 150 episodes.
Yeah. Like we are less than 20 away from that's crazy, right?
That's crazy.
Yeah.
And I remember we were talking about people asking us oh, you got a podcast?
Right.
How long you been doing it? We
almost 3 years.
Yeah, almost 3 years.
Coming
now.
Up on 3 years. Yeah, just so y'all know.
Right.
Almost 3 years. Yeah, it feels weird not to be doing it.
Right.
It's just become such a part of what we do.
Right.
That
I can't even imagine. I can't imagine if there was one day we would just be we're not going to do this anymore. Because I feel
I know it'll come, but it just seems weird now.
I don't even see it coming. I
don't see that happening.
Mm-mm.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
okay.
I feel like anything that we do,
Mm-hmm.
any direction that God is going to take us in, he's given us, the blueprint for how to conduct this. Absolutely. Without having to be in the same space, in the same city. And just think about I mean, on my end more so than yours, because you've really had to, and I tell you all the time how much I appreciate you for this. You've really had to be flexible with my many different changes in schedule to make this podcast work. And so I appreciate it. But just think about the alignment of how, even in those times there's never really been a time where you're just nah, that's not gonna work for me. We not gonna be able to do it this week.
I've asked if you didn't want to do it for certain reasons, but you always no.
No.
No. Okay, well, all right.
It's funny that even if we got to record on a Friday morning and it has to be edited and put out within a couple hours,
right.
We've always been able to make this work, and I don't think that's by accident.
Okay, I hear you. Yeah. I hear you. Yeah, he gives us the grace to get it done. Mm-hmm.
And that's why it's hard for me to even fathom the end. I just can't see it. I feel like we're gonna be old and rocking chairs doing this podcast.
Hey man, I'm with you. Let's do it. Till the wheels fall off. God, till the wheels fall off.
Yes.
We in it. I feel you. Yeah. No, I get it. I'm with you. Yeah.
But let's jump into this Who's Really Right, because I feel like you're gonna say, with a lot of these conversations that we have when we're talking about NFL teams, you tend, and so do I, to show your partiality. But I don't think that you can do this with this subject.
No, I cannot. Neither can you.
Neither can I. And the terrible part about this is one of the names that I called out is one of the people I despise the most in the NFL.
I'm when you said it, I was what? Well, I mean, but you know what that says? That says that we have the ability to be objective.
Yes.
Truly. We have the ability to get outside of our own selves and
that's true.
Truly evaluate and do this thing we do from a truly objective standpoint.
Yeah.
So
that's
kudos
true.
To us.
Because even when we got to give it up, when we don't want to, we still do it.
Even when we don't want to, we still do it. We had a whole run where we talked about the freaking New England Patriots every week, and that was just disgusting and despicable, but we did it.
And for those of you who don't, you heard Stephanie just say disgusting and despicable, but for those of you who don't know, I guess we don't really even pay much attention to them now because they not what they used to be. But we couldn't stand the Patriots.
That's right.
At all. But we talked about them and we gave them their props.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The mad scientist is who he is.
This is true.
Can't take that away from him.
Because I look at them now and I think they are a bad team. And I feel like without him, they would be worse than what they are.
Oh, Lord, yes. My gosh. What?
Yeah.
No, they would be horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they'd be horrible. They'd be back to who they were before he showed up.
Right. Now, and they've been able to muster up. Well, okay, a little bit before that, because if you remember, Pete Carroll was there.
Okay.
And was it Pete Carroll that took them to the Super Bowl?
I forgot
they lost to the Green Bay Packers. Maybe it wasn't Pete Carroll that took them in.
I don't think it was Pete Carroll though.
Yeah, no, it wasn't Pete. Pete Carroll got fired after about 2 years, but his first year, I think he had a really good year. Like 11-5 years, something like that.
Dynasty run they've had. Nobody has done that. Nobody in
NFL history has done that.
Exactly. So I'm just saying that for
those Steelers teams of the 70s.
No, exactly. And that was even then they were my other team.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. Well, not to keep you guys in suspense any longer. Our Who's Really Right for this week is, who is the quarterback in the NFL that is playing the best football right now? And I think by saying it like that, I think that I've already lost Who's Really Right. Because I didn't even read it word for word, but I said who's playing the best football right now. And to ask the question to ask it, because the question is, who's the best quarterback in the NFL right now?
Right now.
But I think to ask who is playing the best football right now would give credence to the two people you had mentioned. Mm-hmm. And maybe not so to the two that I mentioned. So do you want to say both?
We can say both.
Okay.
Because this whole thing started with the conversation about the first person, right?
Right.
Because that was what I originally had down as the kind of who's really right.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
And that's Kyler Murray.
Okay.
Little dude is playing lights out right now. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say it like that. But I'm sorry.
I hope we ain't got no compliments.
This dude is playing lights out right now.
Yeah.
He has a chip on his shoulder.
He does.
Just probably a lot about what I just said. Like, little dude, like, people look at him as this little, like a little kid almost, like, and not taking him seriously as not taking him seriously as a professional football player. And so that chip has really given him an edge, and he is just fearless. And it's very much so what I thought was an appropriate response was he's this mixture of the best quarterbacks. He's this mixture of them with his ability to, with his mobility, with his ability to throw the ball, with his ability to improvise. He is like this perfect. If the mad scientist could get in the lab and create something, it would be Kyler Murray.
Yeah. you know.
Just taller, but it would be Kyler Murray.
Okay, so I know that he's still playing, right? But Kyler Murray is the reincarnation of Russell Wilson.
That's what I was going. He is literally Russell, Aaron,
Lamar Jackson,
Patrick, Lamar. He is this perfect mixture of these dudes, and just in this one little body.
But you know,
I'm gonna stop saying little. I'm sorry, Kyler. I'm not trying to be disrespectful.
To that man's
I am probably a midget compared to even you. So, like, literally.
Even you?
Sorry.
Oh my God.
Anyway, go ahead.
No, so okay. So the only thing I wanted to say is that because you got to go to your second one. The only thing I wanted to say is that I think what he's doing is what we expected Baker Mayfield to do.
Okay. I can see that.
I mean, coming out of college is what we expected.
I'm definitely disappointed to see that Baker Mayfield is less mobile.
Yeah.
I expected him to be Josh Allen.
Okay.
What we're seeing from Josh Allen.
True.
That's what I expected from Baker Mayfield.
Like, I understand that Josh Allen ran a lot when he was at Wyoming, but I didn't even expect this out of Josh Allen.
Come on, the dude is hurdling people. What are we doing? Like, excuse me, what?
You shouldn't be that good of you shouldn't be that good of an athlete at quarterback.
Hello, like what?
It's just not fair.
It's not. So, yeah. So he is my first one, Kyler Murray. Mm-hmm. But my second one, I think even more so than for me personally right now, is Dak Prescott.
Yes.
The dude, I mean, the one thing I was concerned about with him coming back from such a horrific injury was the mental, right? You see people kind of be a little passive or a little apprehensive about, running or getting hit or
right.
Not one iota of this is shown up with this dude.
So I think it did, right? No. Listen. Because this is only because I watched Hard Knocks. I think it did during camp and in the preseason.
Okay.
But I think he was able to shake that off quickly. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And we haven't seen that at all during the regular season.
No. Like fearless. I was over here holding my breath watching the game the other day because he took off running. Mm-hmm. And they tackled him and they grabbed him around like his legs. I was like, oh God, oh my, I literally remember just like holding my breath, like, oh, and he just rolled over, got up and kept running. I said, that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I love it. He is literally carrying the Cowboys on his back right now.
Yeah.
He literally is carrying the Cowboys on his back right now.
Well, hold on.
Defense is okay.
No, we got to, hold on.
Zeke is doing his thing.
We got to give some kudos to Tavon Diggs.
Tavon Diggs, yeah, that's what he is doing his thing on defense.
Yeah. Michael Parsons too, because Michael Parsons is getting to the quarterback. This is probably the most complete Cowboys team that I've seen in 10, maybe 15 years.
Right. Oh Lord, don't give them no hope, Jesus, because now you'll have them thinking they're going back to the Super Bowl. But you're right. It is like it's balanced on. It's really good on both sides of the ball. Where they shaky a little bit sometimes, it's special teams, but definitely doing their thing. Stop.
No, we're gonna talk a little bit why they a little shaky. In a few minutes, we're gonna talk a little bit why they a little shaky.
Right.
Okay, I'm sorry.
But Dak Prescott is literally carrying this team right now.
Yeah.
He literally, well, let me not say that, because like you said, Diggs is doing his thing, Parsons is doing his thing, Zeke looks better than he has in the last couple of years. Now Mari, I'm a little worried about, but just a little, because I don't know if y'all on the same page yet. Like I don't feel that like y'all. I don't know, but either way,
CeeDee Lamb.
Now he doing his thing.
I would trade Amari if I could and give me some nice assets.
Yeah.
CeeDee Lamb looks like he deserves to wear that number 88.
Absolutely. I said, so funny when he caught that one ball, and I was like, okay, channeling your inner. I see you getting your Mike Irvin on
exactly.
Pieces.
Playmaker.
Okay. I said that exact thing. Like, okay, I see you worthy to win, because I was like, 88. How you do? Okay. You better come with it if you're going to put it on. That's what I said. So he has been. But I'll say this. Instead of saying he's carrying the team on his back, I think he is being an exceptional leader.
That's it.
Right now. He's being an exceptional leader of his team right now. And that's what puts him, to me, above a Kyler Murray. Because we've had this conversation about Kyler kind of being a little introverted, not very vocal. Right. But I see Dak stepping up and kind of be, and so that's the edge he gets from me anyway, to put him on top of even Kyler, to say he's the best right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you indirectly mentioned one of the people that I've been looking at, who I think is the best QB in the NFL right now. And I feel like he can be in that conversation for playing the best, but it's hard to overlook Kyler Murray and what he's done, and the fact that he has a team at 6-0. Dak as well, because ever since opening night, they haven't lost a game.
And lost.
But Josh Allen, it's unfair what like the arm strength this guy has and just the sheer athletic ability. It's unfair for a quarterback to have that. And so,
or is it? Okay.
I mean, it's gonna have to be fair.
It's gonna have to be fair, right? If it ain't fair,
yeah, right.
Yeah.
And so he's looked amazing in every game.
Yeah.
He's
Absolutely
amazing in every game.
He's definitely outdone what I expected of him as a quarterback in NFL.
Yeah,
he's well exceeded what I thought.
Yeah, I didn't think he was going to be much, and I think his rookie year kind of probably. We can't just give him the rookie year. We got to give him some opportunity to grow, some opportunity to get in the system and kind of learn things, and then show what they can be in the NFL. And I was ready to cast him off even after being drafted, because he was drafted above, a few players who I felt like he shouldn't have been drafted above.
Yeah.
But he's grown each year, and he looks like an MVP candidate right now.
Oh, for sure. Oh, he's in the running.
Yeah.
I'll say that for sure.
Now, my second person, you know how you and I feel about Peyton Manning.
Yes.
And Peyton Manning he's our GOAT.
He is. Absolutely.
And as much as I despise Tom Brady, I think at some point we're going to have to pass the mantle to him. I know, Steph, it hurts. It hurts for me to even think
about that the way you felt about me saying when we might not do this podcast one day. That is never going to happen.
Steph, now you just talked all about us being objective.
I am being objective.
Steph,
never. No.
If this dude wins another Super Bowl,
I don't care about that.
At the age of 45,
I don't care about none of that.
Steph, we're going to have to take off that GOAT. I know. Okay, Jackson.
No.
We're going to have to take off that mantle, and we're going to have to give it to Tom Brady.
I will not. You can. I will not.
Every year since he was 39, I keep trying to say, he's falling off the cliff. And he just
it's like he gets better. He keeps getting better. It's really scary, right? Yes. I get it. I mean, the guy is good. I'm not dismissing Tom Brady. I would put him at number 2, like 1.5. How about that? Okay. I put him at 1.5.
Yeah.
But we've had these conversations. Nobody that ever played that position of quarterback had more IQ at quarterback than Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Period.
You're right.
That's all it is about for me. Really, literally. That's what keeps him above the rest. Like, it's some really good quarterbacks, some really mobile quarterbacks, Matthew Stafford can throw the ball out the doggone off the field and out in the parking
stadium. Yeah.
Like, it's seriously. It's plenty of them you can call out things about them. He wasn't mobile. I know that. But he was the smartest person to ever play the position of quarterback, in my opinion.
Now, you have no disagreement on any of that for me, because all of those things you named is a reason why I feel like he's the GOAT. But I think at some point, right? At some point, when we look at these things that Tom Brady is accomplishing, as much as I despise him. We got to recognize that greatness and say that this is the best that we've ever seen it done. Because one of the things that I used to use to keep him out of the discussion of being the GOAT for me was that, well, you got to have Bill Belichick, the mad scientist, as your head coach for all of this time. And so, you give Peyton Manning Bill Belichick, and he may never have lost the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
And so,
yeah.
And then last year I was like, oh, you went and did it in Tampa. They had an all-star team. But to continue doing this at 44 years old, I'm like, at some point I got to give it up.
You go ahead.
You by yourself.
Yep. I'm sticking to my guns. Just like I will always, there's just something about certain people that just, I will always say Michael Jordan is the GOAT. I will always say that. I'm sorry. It is, and that is not taking away anything from the amazing career that LeBron James has had.
The GOAT James.
Well, I didn't. Those are your words, not mine. So that is taking nothing away from him. It is not. I'm not dismissing or diminishing Tom Brady's accomplishments and the fact that, like you said, at 44, you are still doing it, sir. Like the way you playing right now, you might make it to 50. And that ain't even no exaggeration.
Yeah.
If you don't get hurt, you might make it to 50.
I mean,
if you decided you want to continue to play.
This is true.
I'm not even like you said a couple of weeks ago that Ben had a couple. I don't think that, but I do think.
Now, hold on now. Must we eat our words?
No, I
recognize how Ben has been looking the last couple of weeks.
That don't have anything to do with whether I think his longevity is.
Oh yeah, no, but I'm just so
okay. You're gonna have a good hoorah on the way out. Good.
But last week we were asking if it was time for him to hang it up.
Yeah.
Nah, he's at least turned it around a little.
Again, and nothing wrong with you having a good hoorah on the way out. I don't mind that.
Oh my gosh, not on the way out.
I just don't want you to be like horrible before you leave.
That's true. That's true.
That's all I keep worrying about with Tom Brady. Like, is this, like you said, is this the year you're gonna be horrible? Because I don't want to see that. I don't want to see, as much as I don't like you, I don't want to see anybody, I don't want to see that diminished version of you. And is the last thoughts in my head. Like, get out before it gets there.
Be done with it.
Because I hate that for Peyton. That happened to Peyton. We saw a little bit of a diminished, even though he went out on top.
I'm about to say he went out on top. So I'm okay with the way Peyton did it.
But it wasn't Peyton-esque.
It
wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It wasn't
that Super Bowl.
That shows you right there he the GOAT. He wasn't even Peyton-esque and still won.
And still won Super Bowl. Now, we'd have to talk about that defense, though.
Well, yeah, but he was still out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is true. This is true.
Mm-hmm. So, anyway, but all right. So those are your I guess Tom Brady is your second one. Okay.
Stephanie's two are Kyler Murray and Dak Prescott. And my two are Josh Allen and Tom Brady. Why I had to, never mind.
I knew it. I was waiting. I said, I'm going to just sit here. He's going to figure it out in like 2 seconds. Yeah. Okay.
I'm not even going to mention it.
Okay. We all know it already what it's about. I was like, he gonna get it in a minute. That's why I was just sitting there like, he gonna get it soon as he finishes. He gonna get it. Okay.
Lord. Well, y'all let us know who y'all think is who's really right again. Yes. Stephanie's two quarterbacks are Kyler Murray and Dak Prescott. And I had to have the Rainbow Coalition of quarterbacks. I had the gentrification of black quarterbacks. Okay, of quarterbacks. Tom Brady, Josh Allen. Y'all tell us who's really right.
Oh gosh.
Now put the cameras on me, 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 put the cameras on me.